And then pre-Rotherham away. Alan, you're running the team and the results that have gone with it, it's been very impressive. What's the secret?
I don't think there's any secret really. Got nothing much to do with me, and just putting in a good shift, you know, trying to organise the lads and just really enjoying it at the moment. That's all it is really. I don't think there's anything. I think it's just been a coincidence really.
But you look at when the last standard league defeat was, it was away at Rotherham last season, Easter Monday, wasn't it?
Was it?
That's what you played in, yeah.
Right, okay.
We think so, yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. You'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at that. I don't know. Yeah, it's been great. Hope it can continue.
You look at what happened that day at Rotherham. A lot of changes on both sides, and I suppose a completely different challenge, but still a difficult place to go.
Yeah, very difficult place. They've won 6 and 8 at home, you know, so they're obviously really enjoying playing in their new stadium. It's supposed to be an excellent facility, so looking forward to seeing it. Away from home, obviously, they haven't been as good. Obviously suffered a tough defeat last weekend against Dagenham, so I think they'll be right up for it this weekend. You know, it'll be a real tough ask for us.
When teams have got a point to prove, can they sometimes try a little bit too hard?
Possibly, but I think they'll be right up for it, and their manager will have them right up for it. I think, you know, because they need a reaction from that game. So heading into Burton and Gillingham and Rotherham away, I would have probably taken 5 points beforehand, so I'd probably take that now if you offered it to me.
Well, you've got 4 already, so it just shows that Cheltenham are going into this game in really good form.
Yeah, very good form, very good form. But as I said, they're really good at home, and I think we just go up there and look to get a result and play really well, and just keep our performance levels high as we have been doing, and keep it tight at the back as we have been doing, and hopefully get a result there. Yeah.
You mentioned the new ground. Is it a little bit more difficult going to a ground for the first time, or if an athletics ground was harder to play at, does that actually make it easier?
I don't know. I suppose you'd have to ask me that after the game, because I haven't actually seen what it's like and what the pitch is like and this, that and the other. So Don Valley was awkward to play, I'm not going to lie. It was just like a friendly game really. Sometimes when you were up there, I had that feel about it, you know, because there was no real atmosphere, and it was tough for the fans because they were stuck up in the mountains practically. So hopefully we will have a good travelling support. The away fans have been absolutely fantastic this season. You know, they're when they get together, and they've been brilliant. You know, they really have. I'd love if that group got together at our home games and created the same kind of atmosphere, because when we're away from home, our fans are brilliant. You know, so hopefully we'll have a good contingent travelling, and hopefully they'll make a good noise to support us.
I'm sure one of the reasons they have been so good is that you've given them plenty to shout about as well, though, haven't you? So I suppose it's always that difficult thing of, you know, who wakes the other one up, but for an away game, they're right up from it from the start. Yeah,
absolutely. It's just that mentality that you're away from home and you're expecting a siege, and we're all in it together, and it's just brilliant, you know. Like with Gillingham, they were fantastic. Again, they stick them up in the most awkward position, but you could hear them the whole way through, and I can't tell you how much it helps you on the pitch when you hear them backing you up, like especially in tense moments in the second half, and you're back to the wall a little bit. So it's just immense to hear it.
It's never too loud to stop you communicating with your teammates, is it though?
It's never too. What? Sorry.
It's never too loud to.
No. They'll always hear me. Don't worry about that. Well, whether they understand me is a different thing, but they'll hear me alright.
And just a word about the form that Scott Brown's in at the moment. Team of the week last week, and probably deservedly so.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. But it's no real surprise to us the way he started the pre-season. You know, so just come in with his head on. He's ready. From day one, he's just been focused, and it's a new maturity to him that probably Jack Butland probably brought out in him last season. You know, he probably thought these are the levels that are expected now. So he stepped up to it, and he's been great.
Good man, thank you, good luck.
Cheers.
Clean sheet at Gillingham, which is on paper at the time was by far the hardest place to go with the amount of goals they've been smashing in. So that, along with the clean sheets you've had at home, I think 3 in a row, you know, you must be a happy man.
Yeah. Me and Sido were chatting just before Burton that if we got a clean sheet today, that, you know, we'd go joint with Gillingham. as most clean sheets, so that was nice to get as well. So it's good when you start kind of. Steve's always been the same way, like just talking about that clean sheets is good when collectively we're all looking at it now, so that's brilliant. Like, yeah.
Do you think this is the best run you've had since you've been at Cheltenham in terms of not letting goals in?
Probably on paper, yeah, I suppose, statistics wise, yeah. But I still just think there's a little bit more to come from us, you know. As I said, when we click on both ends, we'll be good, you know. And there has been a couple of times that's happened in periods, but not sustained periods, you know. So like, I still think we're just getting our way towards our peak, which is good because you don't want to get there too soon later in the season.
Yeah, you mentioned Rotherham's home form. They have been scoring plenty at home as well. So it's the sort of test that you relish, is it? This going to places where they have been banging a lot of goals in.
Yeah, and they were the pre-season favourites for the league, and as 6 and 8 at home, as I said, and it's going to be really tough, you know. A reaction as well from there's no better manager probably to cause a stir, to get a reaction going, you know, to get the players going. So it's going to be a real tough ask. Like, honestly, it's going to be a real tough ask. And as I said, if you offered me 5 points before those 3 games, I would have taken it. Yeah.
Have you ever played against Odejayi before?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. He was at Barnsley, was he? Yeah, I think I was at Southampton. He was playing up front for Barnsley. Yeah. I think we drew, but I just remember he was absolutely massive. So I don't mind that. It's a new challenge again. It's something good. Yeah.
And he's got a lot of speed. So is there anything you and Steve do differently if you're up against a big man than a quick man, or do you
we don't. Sometimes like we might drop a little bit deeper. Yeah, if there's a little bit more pacing behind, but. We'll figure out a lot now today when the gaffer goes through there, like what he thinks they'll do and what he thinks we'll do and stuff. So we just tend to have a little chat beforehand when we get together with Neil, and when we're warming up for the game, and look, we might just do this for 5 minutes at the start and just keep it tight. And when we get away from home, we like to try and get the half time as quick, you know, with the clean sheets, and then we can go from there. Like, so. Nothing majorly different, but maybe little tiny tweaks.
Yeah, Steve has obviously had a long career and played at the top level. He said that you're his top partner now. He thinks that he's formed his best partnership with you. So I've got to ask the question to you: how does he compare to other players you've played with?
Definitely. Like he's the leader at the back. Like, you know, when I see him winning big headers, I don't want to let him down. You know, when it comes back in the next time, I want to get there too, and because. When he steps up, like I'll slot in straight behind him, no problem. So, 100%. Everything he does, day in, day out, his attitude towards training. So he's 34 now, you know, and he comes out and he's still buzzing to go and work, and nothing seems to get him down. He's definitely one of the top players I've played with. 100%, yeah.
And obviously your main job's stopping goals, but you almost scored early in the game last week, didn't you? How close was that to going in from your point of view?
Yeah. Desperate for a goal. I had a good, it was a good save the week before as well. Just before we went to Gillingham, keep him at the very first minute again. Keeper made a great save, hit him in the knee and hit the crossbar against Burton, and then one cleared off the line as well. So I'm just desperate to get my first one to get off the mark. But if you offer me 1-0 throughout the whole season, I'll take that right now.
Yeah, brilliant.